Welcome back, guys, and a very warm welcome to those of you who are new. If you do click the bell, we do automate posts to give you a heads up about our lives and the new content coming. If you do need a booking, the information is directly below. And yes, we have 2 hubs launching next year, and the information can be located in the community tab as well as the website. Separately, we keep you in the loop. Without further ado, let's get into your update for this content. Hi beautiful feminines, we're here to do your reading for this point in the month, moving into the eclipse in Taurus. Now we do have lives every Friday, and yes, the times have changed. I'm in Western Australia, so you guys are about an hour again behind, but I'll put a community post up. Okay, what I am seeing coming through with your read, especially where you stand with pending union, reunion, do you, don't you, we're really in the recycle yard with this at the minute. But your cards are really showing that there is this rebirth coming. Now, the interesting thing was when I was pulling your cards, a card flipped out and it jumped to the past. And I heard a very large statement, and it was to do with divine masculine. And I do feel you kind of sensing this pending energy coming in, that divine masculine is surfacing. But the question in your mind is, have they moved into the king energy? And it's actually showing that they have. I do also feel that some of you could be reflecting upon past tense situations, connections, relationships, maybe even the potential of is it, isn't it coming through. I do feel a lot of you at the moment, regardless of the fact we're in Scorpio season, it's almost like you don't have a lot of energy. You may feel very lackluster. Now, the interesting thing is we always know when there is and the chakra between both parties is joint, which is the sacral chakra. So in twin flame connection and the path, the sacral chakra, which is the orange chakra, is the joint energy. And at the moment, it's coming up on your side of the fence as a reversal. So this passion, this love, these healthy boundaries, some of you may be feeling that it's either a complete no, you're really unmotivated. You also may not have a lot of energy to do things. After we did have Mercury retrograde in Libra, which still had that scorpionic energy going on, both masculine and feminines were going through this integration. I almost lost my voice then, good old Mercury. I am seeing through the outcome card, it is kind of getting to a point, this push is really giving us this rebirth. And I always say when we go through massive shifts as such, it's usually because we're being upgraded with less ego. So we go through these themes and these experiences at a very personal level, but at a collective level, and then we're more in duality for this forward momentum. Now, I do feel a lot of you are sort of thinking to yourself, it was quite an overwhelming situation, and many of you maybe are reflecting back to the trials and tribulations that you've had inside your twin flame path, and you're feeling that it's gone to extremities. I do feel some of you feel you're very unmotivated by that, and you kind of, to a degree when we're letting go of an attachment or a belief, initially it can feel there's going to be a consequence for the action. It's usually polar opposite. It's usually by acceptance we, like the laws of attraction, attract better things in. But I do feel you just feel really unmotivated at this point, and I also feel because we do have this pending eclipse in Taurus, these are things that are going to change us quite largely, and I really do see 2022 and even this month moving us into this new level. So it is this brand new divine feminine that is going to be going through this rebirth, and it can be that a lot of feminines are going to be in the media moving forward, but we do need to look after our nervous system. Now the card says expect powerful changes, and it is an eclipse, so it is really relating to out with the old, in with the new, but it's being open to that. And it is only a partial eclipse on this occasion, but nevertheless, it is going to be quite dramatic. Now, I'm seeing for you guys, these stresses that you have going on in your life, it's not just to do with your twin flame. There are external scenarios going on, and a lot of us are really being guided to make a decision about where we're going. So this is causing stress both internally and externally. But again, it's almost like this can be wealth, this can be self-esteem, this can be the frequency of where are we going, is this going to be okay? I do see that it's moving, but yet again, it's almost like shining light on a situation. Now, initially, the reason why that purgatory effect had to happen was for less ego. And it's also asking you to, and I feel a lot of feminines at the moment are really looking at their appearance, wanting to nurture themselves and wanting to look after themselves, but they have this masculine energy coming through in their lives that is causing stress. But it's also, how do we directly give to ourselves at this point in time with so much going on? It does feel a little bit like we are cramming homework and trying to get things done. But I also feel your needs have grown, and so the benchmark on those needs has grown. I feel because you're choosing to give to yourself, it's actually like the laws of attraction attracting this connection back in. But some of you are looking at it as the polar opposite. It's almost like by disconnecting and having no attraction to certain vibrations, that it means directly you have maybe healed and left it. But at the same time, it feels more so that you're really rejecting things that aren't good for you at this point. I do feel some of you could be really casting a critical eye on the give and take. And there can be a circumstance that potentially you're aware of. For some of you, you do know what your twin is doing. For some of you, you do know if they're with a karmic, which I have got a karmic video that I'm uploading soon. And we will be covering all bases, both with masculine, feminine, the joint connection between feminine and masculine, which will be live on Fridays. So there's this wanting to have a bit more than what you currently have, wanting to, have more than what you had, wanting to have a healthy connection, wanting to have that give and take, and really doing that in a give and take way. And I feel in the past it wasn't there. So really, for you where you stand, there can be a lot of pain of this indecision. And the pain and the delay, it's almost like universe is saying it's okay to let go, it's okay to trust the process, but it's also getting us to a point where we can actually see through these experiences there are blessings in disguise. And it sounds really strange to state such, and I can only really speak for myself on my own journey, is that, a lot of the things that did happen inside my life and my TF path, on the opposite side of the spectrum, it did help me for reunion. So I do feel there's going to be some blessings coming through, and there's going to be some surprises out of left field. And I do feel all the hard work you've put into things, you're kind of wanting more out. You're wanting more out of it. You want to be spoiled. You want to have the love. Okay, you want to have love. You want to have openness. Some of you are wanting to be a little bit rebellious and maybe go and socialise and be fancy free. And there can be this sense of avoidance at the moment. Now, I am seeing there is this boredom that everything is being the same. Yet on the 3D level, things are, about to shift. The funny thing is that our patience is wearing thin. Now, if you have felt emotional triggers or nervousness, it is because you feel something camping up very quickly. And I do feel for many of us there is going to be this movement, and it's almost the analogy of we are running out of time. And I feel it is to, some of you are feeling spiritually this is relating to the path with divine masculine. Some of you are feeling the reason why patience is running thin is because something is shifting. And I do see spiritually from the cards this appears to be so. Some of you might have guilt to do with that. I'm also hearing nobody can take from you what is truly yours. Okay. Okay. There seems to be almost like, I'm hearing, this sounds odd. Some of you could be really looking up to the stars and anticipating this new energy coming in. It can be, yes, that you are actually feeling that you're needing to connect with your guides. For some of you, I do feel it's almost like this is very much relating to past life. I don't know why I'm picking that, but it feels there's a chapter that you're living currently. Not necessarily is it, the happiest, but where you're moving into, it's like you're purging that old cycle. So with this rebirth and this purging, it's almost like you're going into your Akashic records and you're revisiting some of these circumstances on the 3D. I do see that there are your guides that are helping you, but they're saying that you need to choose happiness. I don't know why they're saying that, but it's like to choose happiness and to feel that you are worthy for that. I do feel the fragmented energy. This really came through in Divine Masculine's read earlier today when I was doing a read. And what I really saw is, really looking at the pieces, and instead of looking at it in a distorted sense, looking at it as what do we need to discard. And I do feel there are some things psychologically, emotionally that we're discarding. But I definitely feel really moving into this eclipse. Divine Feminine is going through a spiritual change. I do feel many of you are feeling as though you're spiritually being tested within this connection for union. And it feels really harsh. It feels like you're really fed up with these tests. Now, these tests aren't coming from Divine Masculine. I'll just be perfectly honest with you. They are after we did have Mercury retrograde in Libra and Mars in Libra. I do feel you're aurically picking up on your faith and your truth. And it's really hard at times because we can go through these stages where we say, hey, are we a twin? Is this even real? And it's to understand that there is both the 5D and the 3D. So I think we need to move into this spiritual acceptance of faith, that we can have things on the 3D, but also that in the 3D there are good and bad things that happen. Now, I do see the sacred. I do feel that Divine Feminine, if you're in your high vibe, you're going to get a lot more done. I also feel you're going to get the inclination of when this is going down. And please do cross-watch and go and watch the Masculines read. I'll try and remember to link it above. I'm seeing you're going to sense that there is a showdown of some description. And I also feel it's because you're just really, really letting go and letting go, that you're going to feel when this is coming in. But it is asking you to focus on your passion in life, to shift your energy into passion, but to also balance your sacral chakra. I do feel Divine Feminine is a little bit on guard at this point. And I feel the guarded energy and the lack of motivation. It's almost like in the connection. And this happens very often. Both masculines and feminines will be very fatigued. And it's almost like in your presence of each other, it upgrades the energy. And I do feel your guides really pulling the both of you in together. Be it that you're going to cross paths with them, albeit that they, and this is more a 3D connection than a 5D now. So I do feel psychologically, yes, they're tapping into your frequency, and it's almost like throwing caution to the wind and running in. But at the same time, I'm sensing, I don't know why I had the third week. There's something to do with the third week that both you and them will be going through another shift. But right now where it stands, I kind of get this sense that both of you are going to be seeing each other, and this is to help balance your energy out. I do feel it's really important at the moment, and they're stating it so very loudly, that you balance your sacral chakra. So it can be overactive. That'll cause a lot of aggression. The other can be, it can be very reduced in energy, and you can feel very unmotivated. So, just really nurture your body at this point. Okay, what else do we need to know? Okay, I do get this gist that the test is almost over. I hear the term the test is almost over. I do feel there is a bit of an evil eye on Divine Feminine at the moment. That's another thing. Really do the gin removal. Should I say be careful of your surroundings? Yes, but I was listening to a read today, briefly on a break, in between doing these reads. And, with my awakening, the one thing I have noticed is the higher you integrate, the more you become the crystal, the more you become the evil eye, so to speak, or, to protect you. In European cultures, they do believe that, jealousy being the evil eye, the third eye, it can actually project out. Yes, there's black magic and things like that. So what I'm trying to say to you is the higher up in your ascension you get, you do become the crystal. So you're able to protect your auric field. Usually when you're tired, it can be reduced. So you do need to be cautious during that time. And you also need to be cautious about what you're putting inside your body during those transits. And especially moving into the eclipse in Taurus, just, if you do need something to take the edge off, try and be cautious with it the closer we get to that. So the closer we get to the eclipse in Taurus, you'd more than likely want to avoid that, because you can find that can really affect you tenfold. I do feel there's jealousy being projected towards you, but usually it's quite a positive sign. It's positive because it means there's going to be a breakthrough. I do feel the third party energy at the moment feels you play your cards right. I kind of feel that they want to know what you're doing. They're suspecting something is shifting. But I do feel there's a little bit of spying there. Now, the other thing that you need to know at a foundation, it's almost like, again, I keep hearing it, nothing can be taken from you that is truly yours. And I feel the test is by stepping back and allowing that frequency, that human being to come towards you. I feel this is psychologically really testing your nerves. So you're going to have to be really careful, again, that of what you tune into. Do be prepared that some of these things can change at a drop of a hat. And I also feel any stagnation is really moving to the wayside. And I do feel this is going to be a major shake-up in the next 2 weeks. Be really careful the steps that you take, and be careful with whom, I hear, you talk to. Because I do feel this connection is coming in towards you. I also feel you may have a second offer. Now, the second offer, again, can come back to the spiritual test. So just be really careful, what path you decide to take, because there is going to be a breakthrough and change, and it is actually going to help you move forward. So anything that was stagnant pretty much, look, I could say how long, but I mean, I'm being guided at this point in life and energy back to August, October. I'm seeing that this is now shifting forward, and it's going to be quite drastic. Now, we will get into the extension if you do want to see how it's playing out with karmic relating to you, and how this situation is directly panning out with the masculine in the mix of it. Come through. Otherwise, I'll see you for the live on Fridays and Wednesdays in the Members Hub. Take care. The link for the Members Hub is directly below. We also do have additional videos coming. Galaxy Pub is launching early 2022. Anything spiritual, the subjects covered on that channel. Very separately, we have the Age of Aquarius. Now, you can go onto the website. The VIP list is there. And when it's ready to launch, I will give you those updates. Bookings online and webinars as well. Live every Friday at 10 a.m. on the main platform. And 3 sessions a month at $11 in the Twin Flame Hub. Do keep an eye on the community tab, because I am automating posts and giving you updates for the moon energies by zodiac sign. Love and light. I will see you throughout the week, both live and for your zodiacs. Take very good care, and I'll see you on the other side.